Because I would be right next to you.
Yeah, Gavin was kind of near me a lot last year, and Cody too. We're just trying doing all that. I hope Cody has a great year with the Cubs. I really do. What a wonderful person.
Except when he plays us.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. But you can't have that. But I have a routine, a plan. For me, it's like you can tinker, swing path, this and that. But if you don't have an approach at the plate, your swing could be the best swing in the world, but you don't have an approach. I don't know really the success. So I'm always harping on in hitters meetings. I try, if this guy likes to go in, I try and leave that pitch in because it's so hard for a pitcher to hit the inside corner 3 straight times. And if they do, tip your cap, go back to the dugout. They're going to miss, and you just drive it up the middle and do all that.
Could leak over the middle for you, too.
Yes, and it's just, if you stick with it, that's the hardest thing, I think, for young guys is to stick to the plan every single pitch. And that's what I learned 7-8 years ago was this was my plan. I'm going to stick with it. It's going to work. And that's the hard thing for young guys to do.
Can I ask you a quick question following up on that? Because you mentioned that.
Go ahead.
That means then you're actually ready. Because if that the very first pitch to execute your plan in case that ball falls there, right?
Oh, yeah.
You don't just give it up.
For me, it's like an 0-1 mindset.
Right.
Like that's what I think, and drive the ball to left center.
Okay.
It's just like you try and keep the line moving. That's what it is.
Right.
I just love that. I love getting on base for the guys. Try and do everything you can. You're not a hitter. You're a baseball player. There's multiple facets of this game.
Yep.
I just love to get up there and stick with my plan, which is left center. And usually good things tend to happen when you do that.
And mostly in a plan, does that change for you at 2 strikes? Because I understand it will up until 2 strikes, but what do you change at 2 strikes?
At 2 strikes, I'm just trying to put the ball in play, really. I cut down, I already choke up to begin with a little bit, but then I'm really just put the ball in play, good things happen. I try and limit. As I've gotten older, my one goal every year is to strike out less than 100 times. I was 103 this past year. It was so infuriating. I was but that's what I want to do. Even if you don't get a hit, if you're 0 for 1, but you reach on an error, you're helping your team. There's not much help going on if you walk back to the dugout, but it's going to happen. Believe me, we're all going to strike out, but the more times you put the ball in the play, even if you're getting on by an error, good things are happening. Make them make a play to get you out.
The youngsters out there, they hear shorten up with 2 strikes.
Yeah.
Is there a way to really shorten your swing?
You can. You can not think about hitting a home run the whole time. I never think about hitting a home run. I'm always just trying to hit a line drive to left center and up the middle.
But you look more compact the later in the count.
I try to be. I try to just hit the ball on the ground. I try and lower sights. I'm not real of swing playing. I'm just early I'm hitting the left center, and then as I get 2 strikes, I'm going down with my aim just to put the ball compact and down to the ball. So I don't know if I'm changing my swing. I'm maybe changing my mentality. It's for me, it's all mentality. It's never a swing. The swing's going to be there. It's some days you're going to feel good, some days you're not. You can't put your A swing out there every day, but you can control this every day. So if I have a mindset of driving the ball to left center, 2 strikes, hitting the ball on the ground, just putting it in play, make them make 3 plays. They got to catch it, throw it, and catch it again. So try and do that as best as you can, and if some young guys take to it, I think it'll be better for everybody.
You mentioned your approach thinking about going to left center.
Yeah.
Yet last year we saw teams shifting against you so often, and you were hitting through the vacated hole.
Yeah.
How do you think the banning of the shift is going to impact the game, even if it's not you, if it's maybe other hitters in the league?
I think it's going to affect a lot of hitters, left-handed hitters especially. When you hit a line drive into right field and you're out, that is frustrating. It really is. But, I think it'll help guys. I think it's really the defensive side of now the shortstop can't be over there, so now your second baseman's got to be able to cover more ground. The shortstop's got to do this. I'm going to have to go for more balls in the hole. It's a lot more that's going to go into it on the defensive side for me, because before it's 3 steps to my right with a left-handed hitter, I can just let it go, and Gavin or Max or someone would just get it behind me. Now I got to instill back into me. I got to get going over to the right side. So obviously the hits are going to be there. You're not going to roll into a shortstop up to the middle now, but I think the defensive side is going to be a little bit different. So maybe the positioning guys that are normally we just put him at second base. He might not be able to get to second base now because he has to cover more ground. I think that's going to be a little bit more. Obviously, lefties are going to benefit a lot. Joey Gallo. I think he's going to get some more hits. Cody's going to do better.
Max.
Yeah, Max. There's a lot of guys that are going to benefit it, but I always think defense. You got to take runs away in this game too, and we'll see. I think the defensive side for a lot of teams are going to change a little bit.
Speaking of the defensive side, do you think then more teams will play for the double play? Because it seems like that's been kind of gone. Nobody plays for the double play anymore. But
no,
now
they play for the shift and get a guy out.
Right,
it's like the double play is gone.
Right.
You know, it's weird, but I think now it's going to be back because they can't go past second base anymore, and they have to be in like a certain line too, like an imaginary line. There's a lot of things, but the WBC, they said they're going to 2022 rules, so they're going to be shifts still. Evil told me that, but I think with the shift, I always like the shift because it keeps me in my approach. I'm like, well, there's no one there. Let's just hit the ball at the shortstop.
Right.
Larry Boa told me a long time ago. I said, why do you guys shift me? When it was the Phillies, he goes, we want to shift you because we want you to hit the single to the shortstop. And I was like, oh, but
but
that
I'll
makes
take
sense.
it.
But I'll take it.
still hit it out.
Hits and move over, you know. But I just don't know. I think it's going to just be an adjustment. Maybe in 2 months, 3 months into the season, we can talk about the shift again and how it benefits.
Right.
I'm more excited about the bigger bases. Gives me an extra chance to steal a base here.
There you go.
Oh my gosh! And only so many pickoff attempts. You know, they'll be coming over there a lot.
Hey, one of the best base runners in the game. Why not?
See, I want to
course.
steal more bases.
Right.
It's strikeout less.
He's one of the
instead
best base runners after the ball's put in play.
Yeah. I'm Fred Flintstone getting started, you know. But I'm excited. Life is adjustments, so is the game of baseball, and so we'll adjust, and everything will be okay as we get going.
All right. Well, speaking of adjustments, pitchers are throwing side works and worried about the pitch clock. They're trying to make adjustments. Do you think there's going to be an adjustment for a hitter like yourself or other hitters?
I think it's other hitters. If you guys, I get in pretty quickly, so I don't have to really worry about the pitch clock or anything like that. But there's guys that I'm excited that the pitch clock is coming in. There's a few guys that take a long time.
In the box.
Yes. There's a few guys. I'm not going to name names that take a long time getting in, but. I do understand. I mean, we're baseball purists. I love the game of baseball. I don't care if it takes 4 hours or whatever. I just love the game. But I do understand there's not a lot of action sometimes. And, you know, we want a lot of fans to come and watch us play.
It's an entertainment product.
Yes, and I get it. So maybe a little bit quicker will help. But I don't care if the game takes 4 hours.
You get an extra half hour with the kids.
Yeah, I know.